I've spent a lot of my life waiting to feel ready before I actually start. And lately I've realized that's exactly why so many things on my to-do list never get done. While I'm cleaning out my fridge, I have to tell you something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Isn't it funny how we can put off the smallest things because we tell ourselves we just don't have enough time? We're too busy, we'll do it tomorrow, when we feel motivated, when the house is clean, when we have more energy, or my personal favorite, I'll get to it when the kids are back in school. And then suddenly all of these tiny things we've been putting off quietly have piled up into this giant, overwhelming list in our heads. And the worst part, usually we already know exactly what needs to be done. We just keep waiting for the perfect moment to do it. I've been realizing lately that I do this with way more than cleaning. I do it with my health, I do it with my goals, my business, my house, even just becoming the person that I keep saying I want to become. And I think the antidote isn't getting more organized or finding the perfect routine, but it's messy action. It's actually doing the thing before you feel ready, doing it imperfectly, doing it when you don't have free hours in the day, doing it when the house isn't already clean, doing it when you're tired, or simply doing it because you said you were going to do it. Because sometimes the only way to create momentum is to stop thinking about the 10 things you should be doing and literally just start. Like I do when I'm decluttering my house. Start with one. One task, one drawer, one thing off your to do list. That is it. And today, that meant cleaning out my fridge. Not because I suddenly had tons of time, but because I was tired of carrying it around on my mental to do list. And honestly, once I started, it really didn't take nearly as long as I had convinced myself that it would. So that's that. Hi, I'm Brianne, a millennial mom of two, and I'm reinventing my life in my 30s, creating a more simple and intentional home with healthier habits and a life I actually love. If you're trying to do the same, subscribe, girl, and come along with me because we're figuring it out together. And this is where messy action gets funny because sometimes you start with one thing and then suddenly you're doing three other things you weren't even planning to do. I started with the fridge, then the dishwasher needed to be emptied, then there were dishes in the sink, and then the sink needed cleaning, and then the counters needed to be wiped. And before I knew it, I was standing there looking at my kitchen cabinets thinking, well, these look pretty gross too. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Social media has like this weird way. I think it kind of makes us feel like we're doing it wrong if we don't have the perfect cleaning schedule. And yes, I used to think I needed a perfect cleaning schedule too, where everything had a designated day and I need to follow it exactly to a T because if I didn't, I was somehow failing. Now I think that there's something to be said for simply following the momentum. If something needs to be done and I have the energy to do it right now, why not? Not everything needs to become a giant project. Sometimes you just need to keep moving along with that messy action. Don't get me wrong, I do have systems, I do love routines, and I follow them, but when it comes to the extra tasks, contrary to popular belief, I think it's okay to not follow a rigid schedule. Because as a busy mom myself who is home with her kids every single summer, I'd way rather go to the beach and put my house on hold until a rainy day or the motivation hits.
dreaming, losing what you love. You're so enlightened that you forgot. All we need is someone else to hold. You found another place to float away, rising higher from the ground you claim. Wish that we could talk the same, yeah, about the things we love, about the things we love, about the things we love, about the things we love. But you're not asking, making sure I'm fine. If I'm not you, I haven't tried enough. Then you say you never shine so bright, but leave no room for life beside. Yours is all you ever seem to me. See you talk about health, but is it really that healthy? How you fulfill yourself? Maybe I shouldn't mind at all, but I miss when we were more similar. About the things you love, about the things you love.
And then, in the middle of all of this homemaking and catching up on the house, real life was happening too. I had an ultrasound appointment today, so I'm bringing you along for a little bit of that part of my life as well. I've been paying a lot more attention to my health lately, especially after finding out that my iron levels and ferritin are like extremely low. And I think that's another area where I've been trying to practice that messy action, not having all the answers, not knowing exactly what the next few months are going to look like, just paying attention, getting the information that I need, and taking the next step while also trusting God's plan for me. I'm learning to take it day by day, which is really hard as a type A planner. And then after my appointment, I came home absolutely starving because apparently being productive all morning is not a substitute for eating breakfast. Just kidding. Kinda. Okay, it is 1:20 in the afternoon. I am just breaking my fast now with my lovely coffee that I just look forward to every single day. I am literally starving right now. So I'm gonna whip myself up 3 eggs and some Asiago cheese on top because that's what I have. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a side of guacamole. I'm out of strawberries, otherwise I would be doing that, so I might swap that with some watermelon. And then I gotta make the hamburgers for dinner tonight, and I can share that recipe for you guys too. Guys, I totally forgot. I got a new microphone. I don't know if it's working. But we're gonna see. Does it work back here? Let's check it. Guys, I think it works. I think it works back here. So, I feel like a loser. I am like a child as well because I'm really giddy and I'm excited. And I realized I forgot to put it on this morning like I had intended. So I apologize if there's a difference in quality in the sound from the beginning of the video to the end, but let me know what you think. I also filmed my last voiceover, so last week's video, on this morning, so that's exciting. But we're gonna make burgers. Let me put this on my shirt so that I can use my hands. I can't believe it. We're leveling up. Oops, I pressed a button. Apparently you're supposed to like clip it on your shirt. What do we think? I'll stop messing around. Okay. So for this recipe, I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. We get our ground beef from a local butcher. I need to move you. This angle's really weird. I think having this microphone is really gonna up the quality. Maybe it's gonna be awful because the dishwasher's also going right now, which doesn't normally happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I baked, as you can see, I have brownies. Where are they? Over there. I have brownies on the counter, and then I have our cheesecake in the fridge for dessert tonight that I made last night, and I didn't allocate room in our dishwasher for that like I normally do. So I'm running the dishwasher a little bit early. Anyway, I digress. For burgers, basically 1 egg for every pound of ground beef. So you can double this, triple it, quadruple it, whatever. You're gonna need some cheese. I use whatever I have on hand, Parmesan or Asiago, and then some ground up pork rinds. Yes, welcome to my non-toxic home where I have Ziploc baggies. Okay, we need a bowl. And
and most of them are dirty. So we have this massive one that we're going to use.
I've also accidentally started sharing a lot more food lately, and I think it's because this is basically the number one conversation happening in my family group chat right now, with my sisters constantly asking, "What are you making for dinner?" Like, that's it. That is the conversation. And honestly, I get it because feeding everyone every single day is one of those very glamorous parts of motherhood that nobody really prepares you for. So, I'm going to start sharing more of the meals that we're actually eating around here, not because I'm suddenly a cooking channel, because clearly I am not, but because I know I'm not the only person standing in the kitchen at 4:30 wondering what the heck am I going to feed everybody without having to cook 100 different meals.
Salt, as Madeline, what's her name? Madeleine? As Madeleine Reskin, I'll put her handle here. As she would say, salt, unless you're a virgin. Black pepper, garlic powder, and you guessed it, parsley. Exact same ones that I used in my pizza recipe, which I shared in my last video. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. So actually literally same thing. That's probably a couple tablespoons. Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, tablespoon of garlic powder, and that is for, again, 2 pounds of ground beef. Now, when it comes to making them into patties, I have this burger patty press. Mine is from Epicure. However, my mother-in-law, she makes a lot of homemade burgers too, hence why we're having homemade burgers when we are having them over for dinner. And I bought her one of these for her birthday. Super random, but she loves it. I'll link the one that I got her down below. It's from Amazon. Mine is from Epicure. They're basically the same thing, although hers was significantly cheaper than this one. You can make burgers a lot quicker when you're using a burger press. All right, we're bringing it over here. We are going to mash it together with our hand, mix everything up, and then we will just put it into the burger press and out pop your patties. Again, this is the easiest way to do it. I will buy ground beef on sale at the grocery store as like a filler. We do get, again, our monthly order from our butcher friends. We know a local farmer and we've been supporting them and buying their meat. We get, again, a monthly meat package for years now. Honestly, probably going on like 3 years. And we just love it. But there is the odd time where we go through a lot of meat and we need more. We're a meat eater family. We love meat in this house. You could never convince me to become a vegan or vegetarian. No offense if you are a vegan or vegetarian, but for me, we like meat. So here's my patty press. Just put the meat. Let me come closer. Okay, put some meat on top, and then you have like your topper, and you literally just like press it together. And boom, you have a beautiful hamburger patty. Also, I got sidetracked. I forgot what I was saying. What I was trying to say is with the meat, when we get it from the grocery store, I will buy it, like I said, when it goes on sale. And then I will pre-make all of the meat into burgers. And then I will freeze those burgers because we freeze all of our meat. And it just works beautifully. So there's 4 patties on the bottom and then I have the 3 on top. So this batch got me 7 burgers. As you can see, they are a great size and they stick together beautifully due to the egg as well as the pork rinds as a binder.
We're having my in-laws over for dinner tonight, and I've learned that one of my favorite homemaking hacks is actually doing things before you need them. Because future me is usually very grateful when past me did a little bit of extra work. I say that all the time. Your future self will thank you for it. So the night before, I made the brownies on the counter there and the cheesecake that is in the fridge. And today, I made the bacon this morning. I'm prepping the cheese for the burgers, washing and cutting the lettuce for the Caesar salad, and basically trying to get as much done as possible before anyone actually arrives because I don't want to spend the entire evening standing in the kitchen while everyone else is hanging out. Girl, I get FOMO. Like, I want to actually be there. And I think that's what I'm realizing about creating a simpler life and intentional home is it's not necessarily about doing less. Sometimes it's about just doing things intentionally enough that you have more room for the things that actually matter in your life, like enjoying your family's company.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh shit. My daughter can eat that one. And then my husband's always so hungry when he gets home from work, so we'll cut him an extra piece. Lil, you want some cheese?
I'll just take one piece. I'll take 80.
Hurt my wrist, I think. I don't know if I pulled something. My husband thinks I did. Lifting weights because it hurts to cut cheese. Sometimes it doesn't hurt as bad. Like last night, it hurt really bad. I couldn't cut the roast beef, so my husband had to do it. And then I talked about how I sometimes will make pre-made burgers. So I had some pre-made burgers with lean meat made ahead of time. So I took out 7 of those. So we have 14 burgers total for 4 adults and 2 children, which I know sounds like a lot, but again, we eat a lot of meat. All of us will have 1 burger. I make 2 burgers for each adult just in case we're like hungrier that day or like whatever. I also love having extras for lunch. I am learning to like leftovers on my health journey. So it just kind of helps.
And by the end of the day, the fridge is clean, the kitchen is clean, dinner's prepped, the patio is almost ready for our company. And none of it happened because I suddenly became more motivated or found a magical extra 3 hours in my day. It happened because I simply started. And I think that's the reminder I need to keep coming back to in this season of my life. I don't need to have everything figured out before I start becoming the person I want to be. I don't need the perfect routine. I don't need the perfect house. I don't need the perfect body. I don't need the perfect plan. I simply just need to take the next messy step, especially if it's messy, because maybe the life we're waiting for doesn't begin when we finally have it all figured out, where everything finally feels organized and under control. Maybe it begins when we actually decide to stop waiting and actually start.